That means we want to have benefit in all our works, not only in research work, only also for work in laboratories, or we make control procedures in research work or in experiments or whatever. So that means uh, we in our working group from the German Association for Quality, we have the idea to think about a little bit of any points. That means it can be happen at an ad hoc assessment and short assessment. That is, I think it's very, very simple, because when we make an experiment or we in our laboratory and we get results what we not did understand, it will be failed. We can organize such things, or the layered process audits, the qualitative subjective risk assessment. Here is a possibility or an option with a green or yellow method. Integrated audit, it can be happen interesting. We have our special working field. We know we have our uh, economical assessments, we have environmental assessment, we have assurance assessment, and we can put it together, and that will help. That will be spent as time, that will be spent as resources, or audit using remote techniques. That is today a very important point. We have different situations worldwide, and also for me, sorry, it was not possible to come to the conference to Ukraine, and then we can make audits on the distance way, and that is today also a very big discussion in our area, or audits based on agile methods, internal audits from internal revisions. Let us look for ad hoc short assessment in order to make internal audits more dynamic, and the use of ad hoc and short revisions is recommended in addition to classic product and processes audit. Our classic product, if we have in our research work a new product, an equipment or an operator, then we have to check it, or we have control processes in audit, so we need it also. What is the advantage? The advantage the audit forms can be used at short notice and flexibly. That means we can make it in a short time. We not need a lot of time to prepare the audit program, to make an audit program, and so on. Basics, meetings, routine checks, or recurring descriptions, for example, results in necessary internal audits on a deals basis. What is the essence of success? It's not used just to react in the moment, but to use the resulting actions as a data pool for further measures. I think that is very important, that we get on top in the minute results, and we can use it further. If we look to ad hoc assessment, as I mentioned already, this allows risk. And if we speak today about the risk, then it is a little bit new from a view of point. We look for opportunities and we look for dangers. We look for both together. And I think if we make research work, we have to answer these questions, because it can be happen that with our results from research work, we will get dangerous, and we have to think how we will manage it and how we can do it. But mostly important, it is that we have to look what are the opportunities. Advantages again, timely feedback, especially on organ issues, spontaneous exchange of ideas on opportunities, innovation, continuous improvement process, larger samples and quick evaluation results possible, low resource commitment and effort. The layer process also as a mean of decentralization in order to support managers in their responsibility for the correct implementation of processes. They should be involved in the data collections and action determination using the LPA methods. That is a way to gain current information from process application and implementation, expand the database, and increasing audit resources. That is important if we look at our laboratories where we make research work, and we have test programs, we have test machines, and we have our documentation system, we have quality requirements. Here, it is important that we can get with a short methods answered with yes or no, and we can do it and make it visualization in 3 colors. Green color mean the check specification has been implemented. Employee manager was able to correctly implemented specifications alone. That is important. We have a head of the laboratory and he can do it self. Yellow color is a requirement being checked was not implemented. Employee was able to implement the requirement directly in the audit under the guidance of the manager. That can be already our engineer, our research worker who does this work. Or red, the reviewed requirement is not implemented. The requirement could not be implemented even with the support of the manager. That can be happen if we will not follow our instruction, how we make our experiments, how we do it, and then we come to this color. You see, we have a lot of any processes for this yellow, green, red method. It's a process map. What you see here, we have incomes, we have outcomes, and here we have to look how we have to can manage it. We call this method also turtle model. And we have any documents, paper documents, that is the status up to date. But I learned from your conference that also you in Ukraine go the way to digitalization or KI methods. And so that means we will go from flowchart to other interesting documentation systems. And here it's also possible that our KI options can help us. You see here we have one paper process that is a plan for an audit. That can also be a plan for check to how I have done my research work, what I have to prepare for this research work. We have a lot of requirements we have to take care on standards or rules or technical papers. Integrate audits, the classic approach of auditing separately according to requirements from various regulations, is fundamentally not particularly efficient. Process-based auditing of ALL integrated requirements is a solution. This requires that is presented by a requirements analysis which is really carried out jointly by process users on the one hand and process managers on the other. That is the point. If we look for our laboratory, also in research work, the mostly laboratories have accreditation according ISO 17025. And there we have to fulfill quality management systems and also a system how we make research work, how we get our results, how we make documentations on it. There we use papers, tables, but also here we have the options for KI methods. Remote technique today, time and cost play an important role in auditing. I think it can be also important for Ukraine in this moment that if you look Kiev or if you live Lviv or other cities or places where you have your technical universities and you work in a net with on the research work, or you have partners in other countries like let's say in Poland or in Germany or in France. And here it's a very, very good possibility to do this type of technique. For this reason, timely auditing is part of an effective risk-based audit management system, especially for internal and supplier audits. Okay, supplier can be, we get research work from different partners, and then it will be important. Remote audit evaluation from a distance have proven their worth in the wake of the restrictions imposed by the corona pandemic that was in all our countries, but they are also recommended methods. And what is important on this slide, please take care on the standard ISO TS 17012. Uh, this standard was prepared and it's a good basic to make remote technique audits as a guidelines for remote methods and auditing management system. And there was an organization called Casco, and in this working group, they have prepared. We have by remote techniques advantage that is fast and resource saving assessment of critical situations, rapid recognition of hazards, and innovation of remediate measures. Dangers and opportunities can be assessed promptly. I think that is a very, very important point because we have a lot of discussions in this area. And I self do any remote audits also in Ukraine companies yet. And for me, it's not a problem because we can look on special places, we can check documents and so on, and we get absolutely very good results in this area. There's another thing, another point, another idea, audit based on agile methods. Audit based on agile methods are useful when the approach must be adapted iteratively to the complexity of the audit assignment to a dynamic environment. That is the option because we have the situation if we look for a laboratory, okay, we are all specialists for laboratory work. We have our ISO 17025, but we have health and safety, we have environmental, and the next time will be green hydrogen, and all of this give an influence. And for that, we need help that we can spend time and that we can spend work. Here you see a map, what all processes can be influenced. You see a lot of points and a lot of lines, how we can manage it. Internal revision and internal audits. It is advisable not to limit audit programs to the topic of process and result improvement. Too often, overarching aspects from the management's perspective, governance, entrepreneurially, and due diligence obligations are ignored or considered irrelevant. For this purpose, it can be helpful to have at least the governance using handled by specially trained and apparently internal audits. We speak here about internal auditors. I think that is very important that also in the area of research, we have not only the concentration of our research work, but we have also take also care for specialists. They work in our lab. They look for our laboratory system for quality work, for research work, and so on. In the audit program, this task and the results should be shared by the internal audit as far as possible for reasons of confidentiality. Here you can see by this point that such persons are very interesting and very important because again we have our research work, we produce results by research or from research work, but we need the point or the answer that we have done correct work and our results are correct. Internal audits focus on process efficiencies and efficacy. Overlaps can be avoided and synergy effects achieved right from the planning stage. An important insight, the future audit planning should also focus on company preservation and the ability to identify and report strategic risk. I invite you also in your research work, in your companies, to take care for strategy risk. I think that is a very important point, and it will be in future very, very important. And with these things, with a short overview, I think you got any information what today it's important in the field of auditing and also editing in the research work. I wish you a very good, successful last day on your conference, and it will be interesting for me to hear the poster sessions and to learn from your side. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks, the speaker, for exploring questions about audit programs. Do you have some questions? In Kiev, I don't know. Are they live? So thanks again for your presentation.
Okay, it was my pleasure.
Yeah. So next we will have some announcement and summary of the conference. So please, capability of CGRF Global. About this, Maxim Yuzhin. Thank you.
Dear colleagues, I will take just a few minutes of your attention. We would like to share with you the information of our strong partner, namely CRDF Global. That is international organization of United States. And now they ask us to present this information to you. Now there are two possibilities are opened from CRDF Global, namely so the first possibility the first possibility it is the grant of CRDF Global for conference attendance. Thank you. And for travel and attendance of various and different international events like conferences, symposiums, forums, and so on. So you may see deadline. It is written on the web page October 31, but they will prolong. So you have time to apply for this grant, and they give, I think, $1,500 for attendance on the conference. So it includes travel, conference fee, living costs, and so on. So that is the first possibility, and you can find the link using QR code or on the webpage of CRDF Global. And the second possibility is open now. It is for publishing in international high-rank journals. They can give a grant for publishing of your articles, where you need to pay for the publication. So you may see also to find the information more detailed by using QR code or on the CRDF Global page. And that is this short story of success, because 3 of our staff of our institute used such a possibility and attend annual assembly of International Institute of Welding this year, which was held on Rhodos in Greece. And yeah, the conference fee, the annual assembly fee is rather high, and they cover all this our attendance there. So please do not hesitate. You're welcome to submit and apply for these 2 grant possibilities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max. And
A question to the speaker is allowed?
yes,
I like to understand this grant program is finished in October this year, or if an Ukrainian engineer or specialist prepare an application form till end of October, and the conference will be maybe in November this year, or the conference will be maybe in September next year. Is it possible to use, or only if it's in the range of October?
This competition is for the next year.
Also for the next year. That means if in September or in May we have an interesting conference, let's say in Germany, then we can inform our Ukraine colleague or researcher, and then he can contact you and can prepare an application form. I understand, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But you can, he can contact CRDF Global directly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions? Thank you.
це було написано. Now, conclusion of the conference. I invite here Anna Brishka with her words.
Dear colleagues, good afternoon. I'm happy to see everybody in our event. Let me show the results of our conference, our 4 working days, and with some summary of our activity. So, next, please. I think for today we have a good result. We have 132 participants who was involved in our conference from 20 countries, with 5 invited speakers, with 38 presentation in the framework of in-person or online. We have proceedings for today already with 110 abstracts, and we got for today 41 papers for the future publication on the Taylor and Francis group. It's for us first time and first way, first possibilities for these papers. Next, please. I would like to share with you our way of preparation for this conference. It was not so easy. We started these preparations from the 2023 in the online regime during the IAW Congress, and then in 2024 we have possibilities for presentation our conference in person on the assembly in Rhodes. Due to these opportunities, next please. Due to these opportunities, we decided that it's possible to organize conference now in Ukraine, and we decided to move the location of the conference to Yaremchim. And after that, we started to prepare more strongly and more faster than before. So next, please. When we this movie, it's a beautiful place. I hope that all of you enjoy and have time to relaxing, thinking, and so on. So, as we study of visit our website during the preparation after the moving and presentation in the IW Congress, we have a lot of entrance to our site. We got 1,000 unique users that they return to for additional information to our site, and from the different countries, from a lot of the countries. You can see the map of the participants and activities in our website. Next, please. Then we find and a lot of people from the world come to us, like keynote speakers. It's from Ukraine, from Israel, from Italy, from Germany. So it was very important for us. It's very interesting. We have a very interesting presentation. A little bit more details information about our participants. Firstly, we have a hybrid format of the conference. We have two office for working office for the participants in Yaremche and in Kyiv. And we were surprised when we calculate this information that a lot of people from Kyiv join us online, and we have two in Yaremche, more than 50 participants who was involved in the poster presentation, online or in person, and visitors. Next, please. In addition, we have a lot of different organizations who was take part in the conference. It's more than 30 organizations from 12 countries. You can see in the slide. Next, please. So, key topics of conference. You know, it's innovation technology, advanced intelligence, space engineering, additive technology, and we analyze our presentation who was present during conference. And next, please. You know that is all these key topics was present, and the mainstream it's innovative technology materials in the equipment in the welding and related processes, and then it's new structural and functional materials. So it's a very strong knowledge with a good presentation, with a good information in proceedings of abstract and in the paper. Next, please. During the conference, we have major activities like a plenary section, oral presentation, poster presentation, and of course some social events and visit the Pearl of Carpathians. Yeah. Next. So our online events, you can see, was in the different framework with a tea, with a coffee, with from the conference hall in Kyiv, and with a record. So we have, I think that we have a new experience, not bad. Then next, please. We have had hot discussions during the presentation in the Yaremche with good questions, good answers, very interesting and fruitful for, I think, for all of us. Next, please. For sure, we met with well-known colleagues and new colleagues with the new ideas, with the new topics. Thank you very much. Next, please. And of course, enjoy with friends time in your armchair with the mushrooms, with the river, with relax, enjoy. So next, please. About the result of future our publication in the Italian transit. The same like in the abstract, the most papers we got from the key topics, innovation technologies, materials equipment for welding and related processes, and other section 2, the reason our next, please. Thank you very much for your participations and see you next time. I would like to announce that the next WRT conference will be in 2026, but the place for this conference will be announced later. And next, please. If you want to know about us, about our news, please subscribe to the newsletter on our website and follow us on Facebook, likes, posts. Thank you very much for your attention, for your participation.
Thank you. So the final words for, you know, who is it?
Dear friends, мабуть, давайте повертатись до рідної мови, до мов. Давайте так. Шановні колеги, дорогі друзі, ми завершуємо нашу конференцію. Це була чудова подія. Ви тільки що вислухали інформацію про нашу конференцію. Ви побували на засіданні, познайомились з новими людьми, колегами, з'ясували, я гадаю, багато питань, а може більше вирішити в вашій дискусії. І все це дуже добре. Я хочу відмітити позитивну атмосферу, яка була нашої конференції. Рівень спікерів, це було дуже добре, дуже. Був обмін думками. Ще раз. Багато питань. І все це зробило цю конференцію, я сказав, таким заходом і запам'ятаємо, недовго. Але не дуже добре, бо ми вже з вами знаємо, що ми плануємо провести наступну 8-му конференцію по зварюванню з відповідними технологіями у 2026 році. Тому готуємося до цього. І ми будемо раді всіх вас бачити знову. Але де це буде, поки що ми не скажемо. Тільки думаємо про це. Ну, будемо проводити там, де буде так же цікаво, так же красиво, як в цьому місці. Шановні колеги, я хотів би окремо відзначити високий рівень роботи організаційного комітету. Робота була дуже велика, але вона була злагоджена, і це нам дало можливість провести цю конференцію так, як ми її провели. Тому дозвольте мені привітати всіх організаторів нашої конференції і вручити їм дипломи. Так, шановні колеги, починаємо. Олександр Зельниченко. Є такі? Марія Призеглей. Ирина Романова. Тоже. Максим Юрженко. Ага, Юрий. Вітаю вас. Максим Хохлов. Роман Селин. Особливо подяка. Сергій Шваб. Дуже вам дякую. Ви багато чого робили. Ілля Клочко. Анна Полишка. Шановні колеги, ось і завершилась наша конференція. Давайте скажемо до побачення. Ще одна міжнародна конференція по зварюванню і спорідненим технологіям 24-го року. І до зустрічі на 8-й конференції у 2026 році. Я всіх вас дякую і всім бажаю всього самого.
Шановні колеги, якщо бажання, у нас є також постери, можна підійти, подивитися на роботу колег та знайомитися.
Можна плакати.
Господин организатор, слушайте меня.
Да-да.
Как ваша фамилия?
Моя
Да?
Малишка.
Малиска, госпожа Малиска, меня зовут Ханс Кросс. Вопрос.
Дуже приємно.
Вы от Институт Патона или от третьего фирма на организатор конференции?
От Института Патона.
Хорошо. Ну, большой привет от Hans-Georg Gross, профессор Кривцун. Я думаю, он помнит меня.
Я рядом.
Радом, профессор Кривцун.
Я рядом и также хочу вам передать привет. Мы вас сегодня видели, я тут был, слушал с удовольствием ваш доклад и уже хотелось бы встретиться.
Да, профессор Кривцун, извините, пожалуйста. Я получаю короткие идеи, предложения. Это женщина, которая дал включение в вашу конференцию. Там был слайд, какие кейсловы, какие группы участники и так далее. И маленький комментарий. Я думаю, 2-3 слайды и максимум одна страница А4. Это может быть получить до следующей недели пятницу. И я предлагаю DVS, журнал «Сварка и резка», мы дадим через мои каналы и канал профессор Кайтл чуть-чуть статьи, что такой интересный конференц был. И
Мы будем
что
очень рады этому. Если такая возможность есть, мы принимаем ее и благодарим вас за такую возможность.
Я приглашаю так. Ну, вы генеральный директор Патона, у вас есть ваши сотрудники. Там есть профессор Лобанов,
Да,
там
да,
есть Надя Проценко, там есть Роман и другие люди, там есть мои личные электронная почта. Ваша страна подготовить эту публикацию либо на русском или на английском, и я получаю, я быстренько перевожу, потому что до 19-го я надо выдать приглашение статьи, что это будет на журнал номер 11 ноября. Потом это будет
прекрасно.
актуально. Хорошо?
Прекрасно. Мы подготовим такую информацию и вам пришлем в ближайшую неделю.
Хорошо, очень супер. Какая погода на этот месяц конференции у вас есть?
Сегодня замечательная погода, плюс 17 и солнце.
О, молодцы. У нас только дождь и 6 градусов. Это у нас нехорошая погода. Ну ладно, хорошо. Я желаю вам здоровья, успехи
Спасибо.
и уверите, я встречаю 5 ноября профессор Кайтл, и мы будем разговаривать тоже о идее, который между вам был и Кайтл был на, как сказать, международный воркшоп украинской Германии, и
Да.
потом мы дадим информацию. Я был очень рад послушать вашу конференцию. Это очень, как сказать, хороший момент в нашем жизни. Люди, которые живут только в Германии, и они понимают, что научная работа в Украине идет дальше, и там есть
Идет.
перспективы. Спасибо.
Именно так.
Да.
Спасибо, профессор Гросс. И огромный привет профессору Кайтелю от меня лично, пожалуйста, передайте. Добрый.
Обязательно. Все будет. Пока.
Спасибо вам. Всего доброго.
Счастливо.